All right, anyway, so the plan today is I'm gonna be recording. Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna be recording a new YouTube. This time I'm actually gonna go like A to Z type of guide. Not even guide. I'm just gonna show you basically every single thing I would do to run a new branded store. And I think that's the best way for me to even introduce to anyone who's watching from stream. Maybe that way, even if it was like a few people who are interested, you could join the community, the Discord, and then if you have any questions, I can help you. Because that's the whole point of me streaming this, just to connect the two communities together. So yeah. But yeah, today is day one of building a new brand, and we're gonna do it organically. So no paid ads. Maybe later along the line. And obviously, day one would be product research. So yeah. Wait, hold up. I'm trying to see. Do you guys see the chat? Like in the bottom right. Fernando, what's up, bro? Yo, Dikara. I tried to enable this earlier today, but you don't see it. Okay. Yeah, I think now it's working. Anyway, day one, we're doing this live. I'm going to be showing everyone how to build a branded dropshipping store. And the reason why we're going for branded is because I've had a lot of trial and error with pump and dump products. And that's what everyone was going for, especially back in 2022, 2023, when TikTok organic was like the best way of dropshipping. There's a lot of incentives for why you should shift to IG and YouTube if you haven't already. I spoke about it in my previous video. One of them is if you dedicate a lot of time into building a brand, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of organic dropshippers which have just gone full time on content creation just for their YouTube shorts because it was generating a lot of money off of ad revenue and watch time. And that's like full profit on top of your business. So it unlocked an entire level of dropshipping. Like back in the days, it was just, you pump a product for, a few weeks, few days even. And then once you go viral, you just get sales. And then in a few weeks, you just dump it and then never use that account again because TikTok does not even provide you any, benefits for running old accounts. Now, though, you could just build A to Z brand in a matter of weeks. I don't want to even say days because I do think the game has become a bit harder, especially since we're trying to prioritize IG over TikTok, and IG does require some priming. What priming is that you need to either buy an account, which is really old, which is focused on your own niche. So let's say you're in the fashion niche, it has to be an old account which has been used in the past for fashion. However, if you don't have that, you could either use your own personal accounts, which are really old, or just make a new one. And this is what pretty much everyone of us is doing. We're creating a new account, but then priming it properly so that we could use it to go viral. As day one of the challenge, my job is to obviously find a product because this will account for, I think, 90% of my success in this particular challenge. So let me go back to my other page here. Let's see. So day one for the challenge. Obviously, we need a product. And for me to find a good product, we need to go through burn account. We need these. But honestly, for this challenge, I think I'm gonna mainly focus on the burn account because that's where you're more likely to find a trendy product. And from experience, the fastest way to make quick money with dropshipping is to follow where the cloud of attention is. So where is all the attention going? And if it is going into, for example, watches, you could try to find a good watch that you could dropship. Let's start off by saying what we're not trying to look for. We're not going to look for unsaturated products. Is basically what I was trying to say with the burn account, is that we're looking for something that's already trendy, which is relatively new, however, is not unsaturated. So code by code is saturated. It's fine. We could, instead of trying to waste a month or a week just trying to find a very specific niche product which is untapped, instead we could find different angles of marketing, okay? And this will unlock pretty much the same effect of having an unsaturated product, okay? So once you understand that, you can start with the first step or the first question, which is, okay, what sort of market or what sort of product should I go for, or how do I even find it? For that reason, we're gonna go through we're gonna go through this, which is very simple process. I have primed this account just like any other account, and this is primed to just show you dropshipping products. It took me like a few days, but honestly, if you dedicate yourself, you could do it in a day. And yeah, pretty much every single reel you're gonna see here is a dropshipping product. And the reason why I'm actually doing this on Instagram, I have always been doing product research in general. I've always been doing it on TikTok. However, recently I've preferred Instagram because honestly, I can tell a big difference. There's way more accounts blowing up. They're getting like 100 million views on Instagram. And these sort of views, personally, I never see them on TikTok. So I've seen them literally for the past 2 days when I was priming this account. I've seen at least like 3 accounts with over 80 million views on one post. And I could just imagine how much money they made. Like it's a minimum of like $50,000. So per post. So unless they have something wrong with their account or website. So yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. And for that reason, let's start. Let's get it going. So this was the very first reel. What I typically do is, so everything's muted by the way for YouTube. But yeah, typically what I do is save if it's worth running. And I'll pass everything to my winning sheet here. I did make a sheet earlier, which I showed you in my previous video, but for the sake of this video, I'm actually gonna genuinely try hard on making this product a brand, and I will personally use it. So yeah, I'm actually gonna try hard. Like I'll literally make a new list, and we're gonna have to see what product we can run. So this is one of the products which, for anyone new, by the way, this skill of finding out whether a product is actually a winning product or not is a very advanced skill. And for a normal person who has never dropshipped before, he might look into this and be like, what's this? It would never work. But there's actually been a lot of case studies for similar concept of a product which is similar to this, however, different images inside the orbs, which has made them like 100K. So yeah, I'm not gonna run this though. I prefer the other version of this, which is custom. So you could make it for either, newborns or even couples. Okay, I've never seen this before. This is another, I'm just gonna quickly break down why this would never be on my list. If you live next to a pool, then try to find products which work for you. So for my case, I would never run this because it would take me like an hour every day just to record. So yeah, that's another factor to the criteria to keep in mind, is that you need to make sure the product suits you so that you could be creative with it and consistent. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the list. This is a proven good product. I've seen it for a while. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. This is a winning product from last year. They're bringing it back. I think I've seen this. I don't think it would make it. This is a winning product. It's the boy. So yeah, we're typically looking for something like, what would I really run here? I kind of want to run something that has to do with emotions. So that's what I really want to test for this particular Holy shit, these products are kind of risky. I cannot show them actually. Okay. This is an odd product. Not gonna run it. I'm not gonna run any sort of camera. The reason I instantly shifted, swiped is because cameras are they're not it right now, okay boys? You don't want to be running them. Okay, this is one of the pump and dump products. You cannot really it's really hard to brand this because it has to do with an IP and generally they're really hard to like you need a license to even sell these. This is an old product. Now this is a different page from the other guy and he's doing pretty well. Interesting. The thing is there's a very like I know a guy who's selling this. He's made over 250k with this. Now I've seen this the other day. I don't think it would. We don't have a pool next by, so Dubai life in the desert. Bro, this thing has 600k likes. Okay, we're typically looking for Zelda. Yeah. Yo, Ash. Thank you. Guys, do you see the chat in the bottom right? I just need someone to confirm. Because I tried to fix it for the stream. By the way, this is going to be a way more interactive stream. The past two ones have been very, focused for the YouTube. But this time, I'm just going to genuinely try to find good products, which I could run and show you the process of how you could run it too. Plus, I could answer any questions you might have. But yeah, there's a lot of things to keep in mind when looking for a product. Now, I'm not gonna go in depth right now on them. However, maybe later I'm gonna break them down. Because honestly, after running so many products, you need to really think of your audience. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Your audience really matters. Okay, I've never seen this before. But typically, like, these type of products are, like, yeah, not for me. He's gonna have a bunch of kids commenting and they never buy. Okay. Okay, for some reason, for the past year, any sort of product which has to do with like blankets or whatever, they're going super viral. This one in particular, I don't even know what it's referencing. I guess some anime. A lot of anime products. Okay, this is gonna make it to the list. So I've previously spoken about this product. It's a really good product. I'm actually gonna see, is it? Oh wow, that's crazy actually. If you know, you know. Mike is running this for the past like 6 months, and I haven't found a single viral account for him yet, but he has like a bunch of affiliates running it. This is the biggest page I've seen so far. Oh shit. Let me see. Is there like a viral video here? Like recent? Oh, I guess the one we just saw. But yeah, it's basically just it's a permanent bracelet. Permanent. It's not really permanent. Yeah. It's a very good branded product. Honestly, this could make it to the list or to my hands. I could literally run this. The only issue though is that I actually looked for it previously and I couldn't find it on Amazon. So that's one of the issues, like when you're trying to test a product quickly, there's usually two ways of doing it. Is either check it on Amazon and then you receive it the next day. Option two, order from China, which is gonna take like 10 days. But yeah, that product is on my mind. I think I'm gonna run it. I'm just gonna have to look again on Amazon. Maybe I can find it. Oh, this is also. Hold up. So this initially came as a trend the past few months, but it was a ring. So I think it's a new variant. All right. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this looks like a real brand. Interesting. It could have just started as a dropshipper. Because it's a dropshipping product anyway. I'm gonna like this. Now this is another, I'm just gonna give you a quick history check of this product. This is a winning product for the past 3 years, if not more. And it's another example of why you can always run a saturated product. This person is running this product. When was the last post? May 29. Okay, they probably stopped. But another example of why you could bring back winning products as long as you change the angle of marketing. So this is for like memories or whatever. The previous one I've seen was for dogs. Okay. I'm not a big fan of rings, selling rings, but this for long distance. I don't know, like these products are very. They're not it right now. They're not it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Interesting. So this is the same product I've shown you before, but for anime. I'm gonna save it. So my plan is to check a tiny bit more, and then if we don't see something interesting, this is the rug I was talking about earlier. One of the examples. Yeah. The next option would be AliExpress. We could like find products there. Bro, the process had nothing to do with the product. What? Oh, they even rebranded. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how this even went viral. Like the process had nothing to do with the product. It's like a cross and then. Interesting. When was their last post? 2 days ago. Okay. So they're still running this product, which is a good sign. I can tell from the comment that they are using the same TTS of some competitor. So they're just reusing the content or the audio for controversy. Okay. There's actually a new trend for this particular product, but it's been like a month. I'm trying to not like these things repetitively because I don't want to see them anymore. Like you see, this is the type of product I would never run. Now, it might have made them a lot of money, but it's a pump and dump product. It's not more like a real brand. What am I looking at? Yeah, this is the other orb I was talking about earlier. This is more of a custom product. So this really Let me just show you real quick. When I was talking about the angles, this is what I meant. Like the orb by itself has been literally saturated all over the internet for the past years. However, people have recently started using their brain and they reach out to their suppliers. They're like, yo, I want to hit this particular niche. So whether it's a particular, some nostalgic sort of series, or in this case, Stitch. Okay. I think we've checked enough products for now. I'm gonna give the algorithm a minute to reset. Meanwhile, I wanna take a moment to revise my old list because I made this like 2 months or 3 months ago. But honestly, I don't mind running one of them because if I could find a different angle of selling them then or marketing them, then maybe I could compete. I mean, we know for a fact that this is a good product. It's more, the crazy part is that this is more of a paid ads product, but this guy proved that you could run any, not any, but some of the winning paid ads products organically. So interesting. I want to check, when was his last time going viral? Like something over 1 million. Now the way his marketing is very controversial, by the way. He's putting like harsh clips at the start, followed up by the product. I mean, 600k, 900k. Yeah, but the likes are really low. That's a bad sign. Honestly, I would need to test order to know whether this is a good product or not. $99. And the problem is you need to make sure this actually works. Like they're paying 99 for a product which is supposed to help them recover. Okay. What do you guys think? Yo, Ace, what's good, bro? I'm actually like, I'm gonna test some of you guys. So I'm gonna find like a winning product and I'm gonna ask you whether this is a winner or not. Because, like, trust me, the number one thing you need to know or learn is how to spot a winner. And sometimes it's really hard. Let me go to the reels, I'll show you real quick. So I'll give you a very good example in a second. Because numbers fool you, or fool us in general. So, yeah, this is a good example. So 250k likes for a Krabby Patty wallet. Now, for someone who's just starting out, this might look like a crazy winning product. In a heartbeat, they would run this, So you don't want to fall into that trap. These accounts are actually smart. I think they just released How to Train Your Dragon movie. That's why they're hopping on the trend. Okay, this is one of the interesting products. Carniche is very infamous though. There's a bunch of kids which never buy. So generally for this challenge, I think I'll stay away. However, this is a really good product though. Like, I've never seen anyone do the way he is marketing his product. I've seen this product for the past, I think it's been blowing up constantly for the past like 3 months. Let me see, does he still have a password on his website? Crazy shit. I don't even know, like, I don't think this is a very low stock product. He's just doing like insane FOMO tactic. He's showing everyone that it's out of stock. You need to give us your emails and we're gonna just email everyone when it's back in stock. He just stitched a different video as a hook. Yeah. I mean, the product is very interesting, but I would need to test order, and there's no way as of right now. Let me check. Maybe there's something interesting here. It's kind of old now. Oh, this one. This looks like a brand. First ever non-drill honeycomb blackout shades. The best feeling is when you see a sort of product which you would run as a paid ad product, and then you see people winning with it organically. The best part here is you could actually bring your winning or viral organic videos, and then you put them on your Facebook ads, and then you pump them. So that's actually one of the strategies which a lot of organic dropshippers have been doing. So this is definitely going to be on the list. So that's one. Let me check. When was your last viral video? My only objection for this product is that I think it's available on Amazon. But honestly, like at this point, when you build a brand out of it and you have a bunch of followers, people would trust you more than buying off a random seller on Amazon with like stock pictures. Let's check their website. So I guess the biggest selling point for them is non-drill. But yeah, this was my like first concern when I first saw this product. I can only imagine the amount of customers which just picked the wrong width and height and then had to return. Interesting. Selling like a digital product. This is a winning product. You can tell if they moved and scaled all the way to Amazon, then they're definitely making money. Okay. Yeah. So that's a very good winning product. Now, obviously, this is one of the higher barrier of entry products. So I would need to find like a different way of marketing so that I could compete. So now we have 2 products to the list. The other one is, what's it called? This. We also have the permanent bracelet, but I'll add it later. Print locker, very old. Cat with the tiny trail. No. Okay. Since we're doing this challenge, I want to check Phantom. Maybe I could run Phantom live on YouTube. That would be fucking crazy. And Twitch. Because I genuinely tried to find this previously, but I couldn't. Let me check. Where are you? In Dubai, bro. It's been a minute, I know. It's been like 6 months. Okay, I want to check their track order. Batch 1. Okay. So they did not change the batch thing. Are they still out of stock? Okay, so they're not out of stock. That's good. Their prices are very tempting. Like, how is it so cheap? And all of those are free. What? Okay. So lifetime warranty, you get 2 NFC keyring tags, 2 NFC cards, premium foam, motion sensor. Let me pull up the calculator. So how much is that in dollars? It's 476. So they're selling it for $130. 130. Took me like a few weeks to find it, by the way, to source it. But I contacted a few suppliers on Alibaba, and it was clearly not the right supplier because they had 0 dropshippers reaching out to them. and they had like 200 MOQ. Nightstand, chest, drawer, NFC. This is gonna be really hard to find the source live, but I'll give it a few tries. And if you're unaware what's the selling point of this product, it's this right here. So it has like a hidden compartment at the top where you just place a card and it opens. Okay. We're getting closer, Loki. I'm gonna show this in USD. Now, here's the best part, is that actually I could just go for the furniture like category and eventually find a different product from this which has like a similar purpose and blow it up on social media. No way. Okay, I clearly did not look. Oh, never mind. This is international. I take it back. I take it back. I thought I did not look hard enough and there was someone selling it on Amazon. Let's see. Ships from here. This is different. It's still kind of interesting though. I can't lie, it's not as visually appealing as the other one. So we're gonna have to pass. Yep. Okay, so I'm up to date with Amazon. There's nothing here. I'd clearly need to order it from outside. Okay. Move on. Move on. Move on. I'm very stubborn. I really want that product, but it's fine. So the other product was Bond. What's it called? Permanent. Okay. That's clearly not the main guy. The main supplier. found it. Okay, so this MOQ 30 pieces. Okay, I kinda wanna test this product because there's like a way of marketing it which hasn't been used. Like I've only seen one person using it so far. Apart from this, what would be? I guess the blackout blind. Let me see. Maybe I can find this. Okay, let's close some tabs. So we don't need this. I'm not buying 30 pieces. We're gonna keep this. Okay, so it's called non-drill. Bro, people are literally writing the same title. Okay, after seeing how low quality the products are, that product must seem like really good. It's not it. Honestly, if I find this, if I can source this, I might just run it. It has more sustainability than the bracelet. Like the bracelet is good and all, but it's not as consistent as this. This is like a need, you know? That one is a want. How about Amazon? Where is it? Okay, we're gonna forget Phantom. We're just Xing on this. I don't think it qualifies for the challenge. Because if I actually go for it, it's gonna be a bad representation to anyone who's trying to start right now. And I want to make it seem like it's as easy as possible. So they're all selling stickers. Who buys stickers, man? That's so ugly. Ain't no way. I'm gonna find like some big seller and then I'll just take his I'll search up his name. Hold up. Oh, I need to be. Seems like they're not on Amazon anymore. I actually thought it's gonna be easier to source these. I think that's a good sign though. It means if it like whatever takes longer to find is actually good. Means not anybody can compete. I really doubt it's this. There's no way. What's this, bro? Let me check. What's the first thing that popped up?
We got these really nice.
Bro, this is a drill product. Come on. I said non-drill. I'm actually gonna use my other tab to search up with ChatGPT. I mean, honestly, I could just ask my private supplier tomorrow, or tomorrow is Sunday. I'd have to wait till Monday. The thing is, I want to give like an update on a daily basis on this challenge. And by the looks of it, it seems like I'd need to wait like till I get it from AliExpress or something. But yeah, that's a good sign. I thought it's gonna be way more accessible. Seems like, I mean, let's take another look at the product.
So everyone
See
keeps
what
asking me where I
exactly we're
got these
trying to buy
blackout
here.
blinds. I had to get these because I struggled to sleep every day because of the daylight, and I always had
Oh
migraines.
shit. Sorry, I muted it. Okay, so it doesn't. I'm trying to see, like, does it have the same pattern as the other one? No. Yeah, it looks completely different from the Amazon one. Yeah, I'm just gonna DM my private supplier. Just let them contact me on Monday. So the supplying part, where you find the supplier from China, usually I wouldn't recommend at the start. However, if you want to build a brand, it's where it gets a bit tricky. Because, for example, Phantom Decor, I really think you need to find a supplier at the start before you test the product. However, maybe the bracelet, I could just run it. I could run it, and then after I go viral, then I can find the supplier on the spot. But for these type of products where they're like custom, it gets a bit tricky. But yeah, this is a very good product. It's advanced product too. Now bear in mind, guys, we're not trying to run a pump and dump product. As you can see, this is way more advanced. The only reason I couldn't source a single product so far is because I think 90% of the products on this list are custom products. So this one in particular, pretty much every customer that contacts them has to send a picture, and then you forward this picture to your supplier, and then they make it for you. So yeah, this is also on the list. It's gonna be tough to choose. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do off stream, I'm gonna test order two of them. If I were to pick two of them, it's gonna be, so this is guaranteed. This is green. This is a winner. The revive, not, it's unknown. Cross divine, unknown. Phantom, green. Shop is green. This one is yellow. Okay, so we got 3 products where I need to split test or split order. So I'm gonna just test order these 3. And honestly, if Infinity Ball ends up doing well, I'm gonna most likely order it. Honestly, after I've seen how hard it's gonna be to source all these products, and especially for a challenge where I'm gonna be showing you guys everything, I'd rather go for this. It's a custom branded product, really cool. So as you can see here, you add a photo and then add to cart. They have a clean website, not bad. Yeah, I mean, by the looks of it, it's a winner, but I still prefer to test order. What do you guys think? Which one would you run? This was a very long stream. How long was it? 1 hour and a half. We've been looking for products. It was not so fun, I can't lie. I haven't found a single product. Now on my other PC, I was able to find the Phantom Decor product, but it's hard to ship. I need to like buy stock and then ship them myself, or like with a third party, which is obviously not ideal. Interesting. How long have you been dropshipping for? So I started, I think, just around 3 years ago, 2 years and a half, 3 years ago. But it's been a roller coaster. I don't know about you guys. I really hope you guys have seen any of these reels or shorts showing you guys like a Lambo from dropshipping, all this shit. Trust me, they make it look way easier than what it is. I'm not trying to demotivate anyone. It's actually easy if you have the knowledge. If you surround yourself with the right company, with the right people, and have the right mindset, it's actually going to be easier. Okay? It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of things to be done. It's going to be easier, you know? Because trust me, it's a bit humbling at the start, especially if you're running pump and dump products. So the reason I mentioned the real part, if you're watching on your phone or something, and then you see all these people, first thing you're gonna do is, okay, this is easy, let me try it. Most of the time, if you buy their course or watch even more people teaching you about dropshipping, 99% of the time they're gonna tell you to go for the pump and dump products, and this is the trap which I fell into. I spent just over 2 years testing. No, I think it's like a year and a half. I think I spent a year and a half testing pump and dump products, tens of products. Nothing worked. And I reached a point where I was like, I detached from the game. I was like thinking from a third POV. So let me show you a better example here. Myro. So you have to remember, what's your goal? What's your goal when you're doing dropshipping? Primarily for me at least, is to have consistent sales, consistent income, month after month. And the main problem with organic dropshipping, especially if you're doing the pump and dump products, is that 99% of the time, it's actually going to be like this, which is you run a product on TikTok, which is the traditional way of doing it. And this is during the time where I fell into the trap. So during the TikTok organic era or meta, I spent like a year and a half testing products, and you're going to be like through this phase testing products, okay? After failure, eventually you're going to go viral. So let's say you tested like 6 products, your 6th product went viral. However, since it's a pump and dump product, it's available pretty much everywhere. It's not customizable, it's not branded, and the way you're marketing it is most likely very controversial, because that's how most pump and dump products are. And you end up going really high in terms of views, but then in terms of sales, there's 2 outcomes. And the number 1 outcome is you get a lot of views and no sales. That's the first outcome. The second outcome, you do get some sales, but then eventually your brand goes down, or your pump and dump product goes down. This is the 99% of the time. When you're testing pretty much any pump and dump product, it's known. TikTok is not consistent. You cannot rely on it. It's going to make you some bread for a few months, but then the moment you identify this indicator that it's going to go down, You gotta either find a new product and run it, or the only way I can see where you can scale is to have you have to turn it into a brand. That's number one. And then number two, you'd need to create more accounts, have more partners, affiliates. So yeah, that's the traditional route, is that everyone used to go for TikTok organic. They go up, they reach this, then they go down. This is what I fell into. I've had like 4 or 5 of my videos of like different products been shown on these spy tools, which shows like how many sales your competitors are making. I've had a product, maybe I can reveal it. It's one of my very like first products. Let me see. It had 30 million views. I'm gonna show you my very first product. It's gonna be very funny. So this is, I don't know how long, but this is one of my like the sort of products which kicked off. And I'm telling you, this had 30 million views, and it made me like maybe 1,000. You know, it's fucking crazy. And I went viral also on IG. Now at the time, this was supposed to be like when you go back to where's Myro. Remember, when you're with the mindset of pump and dump, you don't look for one product. You look for like 5 products. And then I had like 3 products on the way from AliExpress, from China. And that would take like 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, this product is going viral like crazy big time, which is a show box. And I decided to like order it since I would receive it the next day. And yeah, I got it while waiting for these other 3 products. So I tested it. Eventually I got the 30 million views, which was like a big deal at the time. But obviously the product is like trash. It didn't sell. But that's pretty much how pump and dump works. Like you would pump a product, make like 1,000 or 2, dump it, run another product, maybe make 5 grand, dump it, another product, maybe make 10K. So that's why I hated it. Like you would need to test multiple products, and your aim is not just going viral, but also making sure you make sales. So you're eventually gonna go down with this model. Instead, the model we're going for right now is more advanced. It's basically you look for more needed products or more customizable products. I don't know if you noticed, a lot of these products I couldn't just source them instantly on Amazon. Instead, I had to like search a lot, and I still yet haven't found them. So yeah, these are branded products. You need oftentimes private suppliers, and they might be very slow at the start to like grow them, but then you slowly keep going up. And this is pretty much the difference between the two. This is the branded, this is the pump. So I hope I give you like a quick breakdown on what it is. And when you have a product idea, then you would put it on your own website and demand test. Or when you have a product idea, would you put it? No, I wouldn't have one website for all products. Instead, I would go for one website at a time. So it's very easy to make websites, first of all. So Shopify can make you a website for $1. The subscription costs like $1 per month. However, you'd need like a good theme. Theme is what, like it's the store builder. Okay, it's a like preemptive build for your store. And some of them cost money. Now, the top pick is obviously Shrine, but this is more advanced. It costs like $150 per store. But a lot of people, what they do is they buy the store and then they rebrand it every single time. But yeah, to answer your question, I just make multiple stores. But if you want to make sure before you spend the time making your website, you don't make it upfront. Instead, you build your social media, because honestly, no one's going to buy without you going viral. So focus on your marketing. Once you get I don't know, 100K views, or like on the way of getting 100K views, you could feel it that you're getting views. That's where you make your website. And with AI, it takes you like an hour max, maybe 2. So yeah, don't make your website upfront. What are pump and dump? I think I explained it. Was that clear? Yeah, it is mutation. That's why I shifted all the way. Like pump and dump is not it, trust me. The current product I have is constantly making me like monthly revenue. So currently we're in the phase of scaling it. So I'm actually looking for affiliate marketers, which is a mutual relation. So when I first started, the reason I spent so long to find my winning product is because I spent so much time testing concepts which I never had someone tell me about. So I did everything from scratch. If I had someone to mentor me, I would have maybe shortcutted this entire, road by half. But when I first started, even the mentality was like wrong. So I would spend my time like a day. I spend one day researching products or whatever, researching dropshipping, and then I spend another 6 days back to my normal activities, normal routine. But then I had to rewire my brain that okay, I need to actually work on this pretty much every single day. And same for products, same for marketing. You need consistency. Whether you get results or not, you need to put in the work. So what affiliate marketing is that I wish I knew this back then. I would reach out to someone who's more advanced than me. I'd be like, yo, I'll run your product. In exchange, I would get a commission, which is usually like 10 to 20%, and you're gonna mentor me. So since I wish I had this, I'm actually providing it now. So if anyone's interested, you could DM me on either Discord or IG. Which AI tools you use for website? Currently, I don't use any AI to create the website, but there is a very good one, which is Atlas AI. Like if I were to build it using AI, I would go for this. It's like $30 per month. It's okay. Thank you. It would cost you either, like whatever you prefer. Would you prefer to pay 150 one time and get the shrine forever, the shrine theme, but then you would have to create it yourself? Or would you rather pay $30 per month and have an AI make it for you, but then you still have to tweak it? So it's up to like what you prefer. I personally prefer this route because Shrine is like one-time license. You buy it, you can use it for whatever website you want. So you could create a website now, test it for 3 months. If the product doesn't pay off, rebrand it. And you don't lose the money. So yeah, for day one, these are the products. I'd most likely go for Infinity Bowl or Shop Fabulov, like the permanent bracelet, or the Blackout Blind. These are my top 3 picks. But yeah, I'm gonna have to source them. I'm gonna contact my supplier. Hopefully I can source them. This is obviously the step 1, just to find the product. Once we pick the product, we need to generate ideas, pick viral formats from competitors, and brainstorm what sort of marketing angle you want to go for by the time the product arrives. Also, you need to warm up your account. There's a lot of things we gotta do. So here's the plan. This is the wrap up for day 1, okay? Obviously we're doing organic, so we need to replicate them. And then Prime IG account and YouTube. What else? Maybe prepare the background for the photo shoot. I guess mainly these 3 points. So obviously I cannot stream that. So maybe at one point you're gonna have to catch up on YouTube to see when I record the content for the product. But yeah, mainly for now, brainstorm marketing angles once I pick the product and prime my account, because priming is really important to make sure that your viewers actually buy from you. All right, I'm gonna peace out for now. This was a longer stream, but it was necessary to find a good product, and I think we did some progress. We have like some good products. Obviously I'm gonna have to finalize the list on my own. I'll update you guys in the next one though. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two.